Lots
Busy.
of people.
How's the booth been?
Busy. I mean,
Swamp?
today's, last day a little slower, but it's
Yeah.
been busy. Lots of.
Man, your range day was swamped too.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I was here handling booth
Oh.
stuff. I had Rob, my coordinator, and some of the sales guys out there, and it
Yeah.
was something else.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things that, I mean, it seems like every year keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think we're up at like 50,000, 52,000.
Is that what they said it was?
Yeah.
Because
Something like
I
that.
can't remember what it was last year when it was kind of,
Yeah.
first one after the pandemic, and it was a
It
little
was-
slower.
I think it was. It's definitely up. So
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome in, guys. SHOT Show 2023. We're here with Dustin from Faxon Firearms. You guys know him. You guys love him. Does this smell like chloroform?
At least buy me dinner first, KJ.
And I'm done. See, I told you, I had a use for it, and I'm going to polish this up just to
There we
make sure
go.
it's perfect for camera. There, take that. I know we are brought to you by Palmetto State Armory. We're having fun here at SHOT Show 2023 in Las Vegas. And before we get started, at the end of this video, I am announcing the two winners, one on YouTube, one on Facebook, and just happenstance, there is a gun being given away. So just a heads up, you're going to want to hang on to the end of this video. So that's your tease right there. All right. All right, Dustin. Faxon, give us some background on Faxon. I know our viewers out there know who Faxon is.
Sure.
But for the new person tuning in who hasn't subscribed yet, shame on you. Tell them who Faxon is.
Yeah, so Faxon Firearms as a brand has been around. Actually, we just had our 10-year anniversary this past year.
Wow.
So summer last year, 2022, was our 10-year anniversary. But Bob and Barry Faxon, our owners, they've been in the machining business, since the 1970s.
Way before this.
Yeah, so everything from automotive, oil and gas, aerospace, Department of Defense. And it was about 10 years ago when they came out with the AR21 that started Faxon Firearms. And so we've just been really ingrained in having that quality, that innovation, that service throughout multiple iterations. So it was ARAC, then barrels, and then pistol parts, and rim fire, and complete firearms, and we just continue to grow.
It grows. And if you guys checked out Guns and Gear segment we had with the ARAC this year, that gun is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, she's a runner.
She does not move.
Yeah.
You sit there, and I bet if you set it up on a grid line, Chris Serino was running it, and it does not move. There is no movement. There's no jump.
Yeah.
And it runs.
Yeah, long stroke gas piston system. It was our first patent as a company, true AR AK hybrid. So,
And that's
we
what
do
it
have
was
them on
born out
display
of.
here. Yeah,
That was
how the company was born.
Yeah. So, and what a good first introduction. It's still going strong.
Yeah, it definitely is. And, we have some, new things that we've been talking about with it at our booth this year. And I think we'll have some more updates on it at NRA this year as well.
Wait, hold a second. Why are you updating it? There doesn't need to be any updates
Well,
to that
like
gun
little
'cause
things.
it's
We did,
awesome.
we added a pick rail lower.
Oh, okay.
So you could have a little folder.
Right.
And then some internal stuff to just make the scale of manufacturing
Right.
a little easier. So stay tuned. There's going to be some more stuff for it later
and that's
this
going to
spring.
be NRA. And talk about your accessory lines, because whether it's barrels or anything else, I mean, you guys are growing that area quite a bit.
Yeah, so, one thing to keep in mind, and you've been down to the shop before, but, we're one of only a handful of manufacturers in the U.S. that are making our barrels from raw bar stock.
Right.
And a lot of our parts and accessories from raw bar stock. So, especially for the barrels, which is what most people know us for, we drill, ream, rifle, profile, all of it in-house. Really, the only thing that we send out for is heat treat and coatings.
Right.
But, in-house QC, in-house mag particle inspection, all that sort of stuff happens in our Greater Cincinnati facility. And so we've added more pistol barrels, pistol comps in the last couple of years. I think you guys got some comps and
Love
such.
the comps.
Yeah, so it's just been something where we feel like we want to have a high value proposition to the customer.
Yeah.
That you'll be able to have something that's going to be quality, that you could pass down from generation to generation. And yes, some people like to say, oh, well, you guys make the colorful things and you have the chameleon stuff and all that. But all that sort of stuff is a result of there has to be a function to it first. Right. If it just so happens to be aesthetically great or whatever, then so be it. But there has to be quality in the design.
If you
first.
check out their chameleon barrels, they are gorgeous, and it's fun. And
It is fun.
there's like no two the same.
No, even if they're in the same batch of coating,
Yeah.
no two are exactly the
That's
same.
nuts.
Yeah,
That's nuts. I should have gone while I was there. I should have hand-picked one. I
That's
didn't.
what-
I don't know
yeah.
why I didn't do that.
Yeah. We get some interesting ones.
Oh yeah, I bet.
we get some interesting requests. Yeah.
And that's for a full line of pistols and stuff.
Mhm.
So 1022 stuff. So type.
Yeah, rimfire products. We started that a couple of years ago. Started with the barrels, which is mostly what we do, is starting with the barrel, and then we kind of move on from there. Added rimfire receivers in the last couple of years, and then this year we added bolts, and just announced at the show this week we have a full line of complete 1022s that dealers could start placing orders on as well.
That's just not. But that's not the new.
No.
So, okay, so we were talking about it at breakfast, and we were talking about, if you're at the show and you're not launching a bolt action or a lever gun, you're not even making guns anymore.
Right.
You guys are making guns.
Yeah.
So what we have here, again, this is not a firearm. This is a action. I have to make a disclaimer.
Yes, that's right.
I have to make a disclaimer because there's some people out there that may not know.
That's right. Yeah. So we started, and we're announcing it this week. It actually first showed up at Supplier Showcase on Monday. There was no full media work up on this or anything. It was literally they came back from coating last week. We packed them up and brought them in. And part of it was we wanted to be able to get people's feedback. We wanted true, honest feedback from the bolt action, the PRS community, the gunsmiths, the dealers in that space. But for the past year, Jay Wilson, our director of product management, especially, and our design engineer Aaron Medinger have really spent a lot of time looking at making our own bolt actions. And so that's what's in front of us today. This is made completely in-house. It's a 416 steel body with a 4340 bolt assembly.
Okay.
It's a 6-lug design with an integral Picatinny rail and integral recoil lug. And this one happens to be in a polished DLC, but we will have a few different finish options.
Are you going to do one in chameleon?
I'm sure I'd have to ask. A little PVD.
I'm sorry, I've got to ask. I mean, because that's the cool stuff, right?
Potentially. We did have a little nod to, our barrels with adding the flame fluting to the bolt.
I just noticed that, and I was like, that matches perfectly with the barrels, some of the barrels that you guys produce.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the thing that we're most excited about for it is that this will retail less than $1,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we just felt that there's a need in the market right now for a quality action with a certain amount of built-in features in that cash category. And since we can manufacture it in-house, we're able to do that, pass along some of the savings not only to the customer, but also to our dealer network and the gunsmiths.
Okay, so what's the thought process behind a 6-lug system?
So a lot of that has to do with pressure testing. So so what we're doing in this first round is not going to be interchangeable bolt heads. So they'll be individual. We looked at the interchangeable bolt head piece, but it wasn't necessarily in most people's minds really deemed a feature.
Okay.
Sometimes it could be, a little bit of a I don't know, she could go rogue a little bit. Some people really like the interchangeable bolt heads, some people don't. And we wanted to be able to offer a Magnum bolt head, a short mag bolt head, and to make sure that we are more than we need to be in pressure testing. That's part of the reason we went with the 6-lug design.
All right. See, that makes all the sense in the world now. And based off kind of the Remington 700, so...
Yes. Yep, so it's based off the Remington 700 footprint. We have a few of these built up in our booth in a couple of different configurations. So, one's built up as an 8.6, and it's a little, shorter, a little more tactical. We have a couple that are set up in 6.5 Creedmoor. But part of, this, too, is us launching more barrels. So with this, we're going to have profiled blanks, more pre-fit barrels across multiple calibers. And people, know that for years Faxon's been broach and button rifling, but with a push more into the bolt action market, we have opened up a cut rifling cell. We have opened up a honing cell. So people are going to be able to get kind of the best of both worlds. And people have expressed interest in button rifle profile blanks as well. So I think there's a lot that we could offer to this community, and we've seen quite a bit of crossover even just in the last year of AR folks that are getting into bolt guns done, and vice versa, which you see at the show this year.
Oh,
as well.
100%. That's what you see this year. I mean, that's one of the biggest trends that I see this year, and it's been slowly building to this. I think a few companies tested the water, and then they're like, okay, we can do this. But Faxon really can do. I mean, just about anything you guys wanted to.
Yeah, and sometimes, people forget that, we do a lot of OEM work too.
Right.
So we've been doing things in the bolt action space for years for OEM clients. This is more our first time coming at it saying, okay, this is what we want to do as our brand, and here's the feature set that we want to have. But, this is not something that we've taken lightly. Just like Jay would mention and Aaron would mention, Joey, our CEO, if you look into the birth of this, we've spent a lot of time with people that are pros in this section of the industry. So whether it's guys like Jim C. or the folks at Short Action Customs, like all of these people, they've come in, they've done little Q&As with us. We've had them, train up some of our staff, and we've really tried to take, come into this, not coming in as a manufacturer and going, this is what you need and this is what you get. But coming into this knowing that, hey, most of you know us for AR stuff and pistol stuff, and we get that. And so we're not going to pretend like we know exactly what you want, but we are going to do the best in our research, do all the legwork we can, get the feedback we want, and then offer something that we really think will fill that void in the marketplace.
Well, I think it's a trust built up over the years of what you guys have done so well, especially with the 8.6. How's that moving now? And having it in a bolt action, I bet it's awesome.
So it's pretty crazy because there hasn't been like a blue blood ammo manufacturer really hop on board for it yet. However, with that said, there is still such a dedicated audience in it, and we sell as much as we can make, and we don't make the ammo. So even though it is still a Wildcat cartridge, even though it's still not SAMI-spec'd, and there isn't a Winchester or a Hornady or a Federal behind it yet, which if you're listening, please do. But there are still plenty of people who are reloading for this thing, and they're having a lot of fun with it. And so as much as it's frustrating that there isn't just ammo just readily available and spilling out of the woodwork, it has been really nice to see all the guys who are like reloading Wildcat experts, are like, hey, this is how you do it, and here's what to check for, and here's what I found successful. And then, it doesn't take long to scroll through our tagged feed and Instagram and see all the hunting pics of people who are, taking out these crazy hogs and deer and pronghorn and whatever with these builds.
They're reloading, and they can't reload fast enough. I mean, just reload.
Yeah, that's really what they. Some of these people's little basement operations they post reels of or whatever. Like, oh my goodness, like that's impressive.
What are you thinking?
But I think what that shows is, this isn't just another boutique cartridge. This isn't just another fly-by-night thing. If you get it and you understand what it's supposed to be about and what it's going to do for you, especially in the hunting realm, then I think by the time we do get a blue blood, a heritage ammo manufacturer on this, that they're going to have a really educated and dedicated audience ready for them.
Ready to go. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm excited about this. I was really glad that Dustin didn't bring over a full firearm because that would mean that I've got to, like, I want to pick it up and I want to go sling it. And so we're going right after this. Yeah. You and me, if you don't have lunch plans, we're going to go over there, and I'm going to get to handle this awesome bolt action. So you guys have waited probably long enough. So we're going to announce the winner right now. There are two winners. So you're getting a swag bag. So everything that we have picked up at the show, we're going to split into two piles, and you guys get the pile. However, we only have one firearm, and this is totally random. So that's what we did. So how we pick the winner is, so everyone who comments on videos, that's an entry. So the more people start commenting, all that stuff. Yeah. And so this morning at breakfast, before we got to breakfast, I asked all different people, okay, pick a number between 1 and X, and then they picked it. So I'll go through to that video, and then I pick someone else to pick a number between however many in the comments. And for the firearm, I had someone pick between Facebook and YouTube. So they had no clue what I was doing. They just knew they had to pick a number or Facebook, YouTube. So the first winner of, who should we do this? Who should we do this? Which one should we do first? Let's do the face. Let's do the. Oh no, I'm going to tell you right now. No, I don't. The runner-up. We'll do the runner-up first. The first runner-up with the giveaway is Mr. Willie Johnson. Congratulations, you won.
Blind Willie Johnson?
Yeah, I think
the blues guitarist?
Yeah, probably.
Excellent.
Yeah, I know he will. He watches our stuff.
I know he watches.
Oh, see.
Hey.
All right. I know, right? He does. He's a big fan.
Huge fan. Huge fan.
All right, and the last winner gets the prize pack and the gun. And that is Mr. Joshua Clemens. Joshua Clemens, congratulations. You guys have to reach out to me to claim your prize. If you do not do so in a week, I'm going to give it away to someone else. You do not want that, especially Joshua. Joshua, reach out to me, buddy. Anyway, guys, thanks for being on, man.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Dude, I'm ready to run over there right now.
Let's do it.
If you're good. All right, let's go. See you later. All right. All right, guys, that's it for our coverage of SHOT Show 2023. Thank you so much for joining in. And we are brought to you by Palmetto State Armory. Didn't I say that? I did say that. Yeah, I'll say it again. Thank you for your support. Like to thank the guys behind the camera, Michael Owen Davis and Mr. Benjamin Cannell. And Jace Crosby is back there too, but he is not in the booth right now. So thank you guys for your help. Thank you for the effort that you put in every day. I really appreciate it. You make this show look great. But anyway, that's it for us. We will see you next time on Gun Talk Live.
For more great gun content, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. You can also watch the Gun Talk channels on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon. And of course, you can always find us at guntalk.com. Thanks for watching.